matter. Anambra accepts everybody, and that was why initially the military people that govern the state called it the home for all, because Anambra accepts everybody. When you look at what is happening today, you find out that an Anambra youth, a lot of things have gone wrong. One, there are a lot of infiltration. Most of the people, 70% of the people causing this problem are not from this state. Then two, the church have failed because all these boys and young girls roaming about the streets of every town in Anambra State, getting themselves involved in hard drug and smoking weeds and so on. How did it happen? Where was the church when things went bad? I remember as a young boy, anytime I come back from school, then in Dennis Memorial Grammar School on Onitsha, my mother had never for one day reminded me, are you not going to church? I go to church. And coming back, I will meet her on the way, going for the 10 o'clock service then, and tell me, this is what you will get when you get home. Take your bread, take your tea, and things like that. It was so. But these days, you see some parents who come, cane children, and say, go to church. They don't want to. They will tell you they are going, they will dress and they will go somewhere, and things like that. Why? Because the attraction is no more in the church. And we are talking of this generation. We will continue because...
What do you mean attraction? That will be coming from the church?
Yes, the attraction then in the church was we go to worship God, not money. Today in the church is money. The winner, the person who has the money takes it all. And it's not comfortable for this youth. They look as if they are not accepted. So they don't see a church of heaven for them. And that has been the problem. Until we go back to the drawing board, things will continue to deteriorate.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's get to Sir Mike up here and hear what really brought about this insecurity that we are facing in Nigeria and down here in our state.
Yeah, thank you very much. The origin of the type of insecurity we have this day in Nigeria and bringing it down to Anambra State is that the state, the government, has failed its people. The society has become the greatest industry of producing raw materials for violence. The youths, like my brother said, are now left for their own. And because they are youthful, and they must find something doing, and nobody guides, nobody takes control of them, they do whatever they can do easily. And that is violence, and that is criminality. That is the origin, the fundamental reason for this type of violence we have. Because any youth that is engaged will not have time to go and take this type of risk they take. Because when they are going out to attack, their life is at stake. So if you have something doing as a youth, you won't do that. Secondly to that, in addition to the failure of the state, is the failure of the family system. Before I even get to the church my brother is talking about, the failure of the family system. Nobody, half of the parents, even more than half of the parents are no longer interested on the upbringing of their children. We're all after money. Like you talk about the church, the family is everybody is scrabbling for money, neglecting the principal and the fundamental role of a family, which is upbringing of their children. And so everybody is on its own. Now when you leave the family system, you now get to the traditional setup. The social safety net we used to have before is no longer there. Everybody is on its own. Come to the community. I'm from a very small rural community, Akilogidi, in Obaru local government. When we are young, like my brother said, everybody's child is every parent is a parent to every child. you are going on the road and you see a child misbehaving, if you want to call them a drama, you wake up the parents say, come on now. And we go home. And the parents will ask, maybe cry to him, it's better for you. Because we have gone nuclear. We have become more white than white people. Everybody is when I was in Denmark, the state, the government, took the role of family. Because family has failed. And when you are 14, in Denmark then, 1997, you are a government child. They provide you with accommodation. They take care of you. Okay? But now, a family has failed. The government has also failed. So the youth are on their own.
What do we do?
Yes.
It's only God that will help us.
When we are not doing anything to help ourselves?
Yes. The question you asked initially was what caused this problem. The fact remains that in those days, I can see you, you are from my village, you are automatically my sister. I will call you inside the house, give you whatever you make you comfortable in that city until you can stand on your own. That was the Nigeria and the Igbo system that I met. But today, as you are going, your parents are warning you, be very careful. They are terrible people. They don't like poor people, or something like that. They will tell you that, be very careful and so on. So now we are all selfish. We are all on our own. What we are doing is we want to, as a matter of fact, make sure that it's only ours. But in those days, it's not so. Like you rightly said, every community. I remember one community in Anambra State that has produced the highest number of engineers and medical doctors. They contribute money to give scholarship to the best students, and that's why at a time, this community has the highest number of engineers and medical personnel in this part of Nigeria. And that is Ogidi, the hometown
so why
of Chinua
can't we do that
But today,
now?
selfish,
because
wickedness has come in.
And if some of them, so why won't you give back to the society?
Now, the reason why people cannot, little, now, somebody who is earning 30,000 naira and a bag of rice is 30,000 naira in the market, what will he give to the community? What will he give to people? So the economy has affected, the government has failed the people, and that is it.
Okay.
Now, you talked about what shall we do, and my brother has touched some aspect. Because this issue, I am very much concerned in bringing it back home. The governor has made his statement, and I took about 7 points he made, okay, what we shall do to stem this tide, starting from, let's address our own environment first. And he listed them out, and I went through them. Good, they are fine. But my concern is implementation. Implementation. Okay, know your tenants. Operation Know Your Tenants. Who implements that?
The landlords.
The landlords. Who supervises the landlords?
They have an association.
Will the association, who now supervises to make sure that the association...
The association well executives.
Okay.
So, obona abiani fedika landlord, obolo ndi bione chas where the landlord association,
yes.
well executives.
Yes.
And this is a mandate from the government.
Yes.
So from the executive, a formal committee.
Thank you.
That will take care of this.
Thank you.
Government okay,
no. You see, government does. You see, that's why I like the perspective the governor is coming from. Security is everybody's business. Is everybody's business, but there's somebody who gives the directive, which is government. He has given it. I don't know, is it, because public.
I know.
I don't know what the breakdown he has given. Like we're just breaking it down now, according to the landlords. What landlords will do. The keke drivers, they have the union, they have everything. Anybody, the keke unions are even more dangerous to the society they are serving. Just on Tuesday, I was going to my village, and a keke man was running away from the police. He hit my side mirror and broke it. I stopped and said, well, before I know it, more than 7 are surrounding me. So have we put system in place to checkmate the evil gang up of the keke drivers? That's very important. Okay. Now we'll talk about, he gave series of numbers where you make control. But there's something fundamental. I gone to 5 local government areas in course of doing my work. And when you get in there, so no work if I name governor and you governor should quickly, as a matter of urgency, constitute the TC. There's no political leadership at the local government level. And it's like government has failed at the level of local government, they're on their own. And if we don't take the bull by the horn at that level, everything we're doing at the surface will not yield result. You have to start from that. And I know it has emphasis on community governance. Okay, that should be put in place. Action should be put in place, and they will be, because if every 179 community in Anambra say call to that number or send WhatsApp to that number, in most cases none of them will be read. So you need to break down these steps of attacking this insecurity.
Before the inception of ihe oyibo government mekwa nka emela nka amamu na ndị Igbo nwe ka fasi echekwa befa. There are stories my uncle told me as we were growing up. Kafasi ejide ndori, kafasi ya constitute onwefa into nchabani or whatever.
Yes.
Age grade mwe mbosi ndi anwenka. Can't we get back to that? And you want to cheers on how to protect ourselves, because that's government. You got to go. Can invade our communities? They seize our farmlands and everything. And I hear people are going to buy with 30,000. Call and they cut it for gaily. What do we do? Can if I get mellow as individual, as community, before you watch everything government?
Yes. What you just saying, then, not now. In those days, because I'm older than you, when there is a knock at your window and say, who are these people? They will run away. There is a time thieves came to a place in Sulere, and somebody had phone. Then we had this line phone, and called Mama Nasarawa, then the commissioner of police, the most popular commissioner of police Lagos has ever had. Then the man sent the mopole. Within 30 minutes they came. They went round, it was an estate in Sulere. They went round, the thieves went. So, but the policemen did something wonderful that night. They started jumping and they were on top of the roofs of the houses. And they stayed and they moved away. That was tactical. They moved away. After a while, these sham robbers came back and said, you have called the police, they've gone. People started panting. But by the time you know it, there was fire everywhere. They started shooting and they killed about 6 or 7 of them that night. The police did that. Then, the time you were talking, thieves were not as bold. Today, thieves will come and stop at the distance and use their whatever megaphone and say, we are here. We are giving you 30 minutes to call whoever you want to call whatever. This is their armed robbers and so on. The way to checkmate such a thing is, one, in the neighborhood, a thief cannot enter an estate except there is somebody in that estate. Either the son of the person who lives there or a brother to the person who lives in that estate. It will be the one that will lead them. They will enter. Now, once you see, you must tell people, you stand where you are and you see vehicle coming in, entering one building, they come in, you tell other people in this thing, they check. Na moto na gas na beg gini na eme. On the bar for sino microphone bi na bia nika wugie. Yes, nika wugie. We are tired of that tenant. He always brings all sort of people. Is that what is happening? Good. You now report. Police will come. Before they start building, you check. You see somebody going up and down. Nah, who are you looking for? Or say, they gave me this name. You say, okay, the man lives in that place. You now know. It concerns everybody. Anybody that enters your neighborhood, you ask him who he is, what is he looking for. No matter, it can be in the morning, in the afternoon, once you stop, you ask the person, hello, who are you looking for? And once people know that, yes, the people in this area, they always cross-check people entering their area. People will be very careful and things. But when you say it doesn't concern me and things like that, it concerns everyone. Because by the time it cannot just start, crime does not start once. It's a little by little, then they begin to gain access, they begin to gain ground, and then they will be able to do something. So it's our own, everybody should be involved.
All right, let me come to you, Sir Mike. This fight of peace and, stability, security in our state here in Anambra, do you believe or do you feel we are sincere in that fight? Now, why the question is, there's something Sir John said, in their own days. Right now, does it look as if we've lost love for each other? That even when we see something, we don't say something? Because the governor has come out to say, this period or any time, if you see something, say something. Now, are people scared to see something and say something because of the aftermath consequence? Where do we go from here?
Thank you very much. You have hit the point. Now, like you said before, in those days, thieves still avoiding to be noticed. These days, they will tell you they are coming. The thief, you all knew how they wrote the governor that are coming for the 7 local government there to be burned. This is how daring they are now. Now, coming to talk about the sincerity of the purpose, let me start from the grassroots, at the community level. Because of fear of the method of these criminals, they've gone to this. 3 days ago, I was in my community and they were telling me how, in Obaru now they have a camp at Obene near Oguaniocha. Everybody knew that they are there, both you and I and the government. Now, even the government is afraid to strike on that jungle where they are. Okay? Now, why? Because the fight of this insecurity has lost its sincerity from the above. Federal government, no, they are not sincere in fighting it. So that has scaled down to the extent that average policeman or conventional security officer is not ready to risk his life. See what happened at Orumana when people were killed and the owners of the dead called the DPO and said, "Come, help me to come and pick my dead body." They said, "We will sit at home. You can't come out." The security agents cannot assist people to come and pick their corpse on Monday because you want to sit at home. So who are you going to hold? Now, at the community level, our youths have gone and been initiated by these criminals. And they believe in this diabolic act. When they get initiated, even their parents have become afraid of them. You know that your son has gone to that level, and you are even afraid of reporting him or even scolding him. You see? So, milice is we balwo, azus is we lebule. So everywhere is so. If I game, very you see, like I said, the governor has taken a step. These steps must be implemented. Remember when during the time of if any house is found to be harboring kidnappers, that house is brought down. That hotel is brought down, not a thing of verbal. It is brought down, and you see it being brought down, no matter whoever you are. Now, if you get a friend of mine was telling me he came down from Abuja to his family in Nkwere here. He met his father's house, a room being occupied by 7 young men. None of them is from Anambra State. And they asked the caretaker, "What are these people doing? What is their job? What are they doing?" He said, "Oh." That's why the landlord issue is very, very important. Mm-hmm. It's very, very important. And let there be a system to implement this. That has been my fear. All these structures you mentioned are there. How effective are they? If I, the landlord, reports my tenants and they group to fight me, is government there to protect me? You must answer this question. A situation where you call a police and these people are threatening me, they want to fight me, and you won't see anybody. Tomorrow, ER report.
I know there's something. Okay, let's see who has joined us. Yeah, hello. Hello. Good morning, sir. There's volume on your TV set. Remove it, please.
All right, please tone down the volume of your TV set or would yank you off.
You can't hear us because there is volume on your TV set. So before you call us or once you get through, use your remote control and put it in mute, and then you'll be able to hear us, please. Okay.
All right. It's still good morning, Anambra, if you're just joining us. Right now, we will be calling for the governor's speech. Yesterday, the executive governor of Anambra State had a broadcast and, spoke to the Anambra and people who are not also from Anambra that lives in Anambra. It's time for us to hear what the governor told us yesterday. First, he says any community and or individual lands used as camps by terrorists will be forfeited by government. 2, use of tricycles, motorcycles and shuttle buses banned on Mondays till further notice. 3, a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. curfew is imposed on keke, okada and shuttle buses till further notice. And 4, Operation Know Your Tenants for landlords as any house linked to any tenant caught indulging in crime, kidnap, arson, gun running, drug dealing, rape, murder, armed robbery, possession of firearms to be confiscated by government. And 5, 1 million naira bounty placed on anybody who provides information on those hyping, praising, supporting, offering any support to unknown gunmen. And finally, compulsory CCTV to be installed in all fuel stations in Anambra State and footage is submitted to the security agencies weekly. The highlights of the executive governor's speech yesterday. It's quite a long speech, but these are the highlights of what he actually told Ndi Anambra and all those living in Anambra State. IJ.
Yes. And let's look at number 1 first, the curfew of the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And some people are saying that most of the crimes that are committed in the state in the recent times are done in the afternoon, in the daytime. So how would that curfew of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. help in checkmating criminality in Anambra State?
Well, I've never heard of, like you said, the present day criminals are daredevil. They are not, they don't operate by 6 in the night. They don't operate in the midnight. They come to you in daylight. Even in cult activities, people that were killed wasn't in the night. They will come in the afternoon, in the daylight, like a boy that was killed somewhere in Oka. He was with the mother in the morning and they came in front of the mother and they killed him. That was how it happened. They killed the guy in front. So I think what they would do is that they need to have another strategy of checkmating all these things. Either the police will do what we call random searching. Stop and check the people at random at any time of the day, not just in the night, because thieves themselves, they have good sleep. They don't come out in the night to disturb anybody. They come in the morning, afternoon, and evening. That's what they do. So these are the things. I've never heard of any people going to break the bank in the night. It's in the daytime they come. So I think we have to do a rethink of that.
There must be other measures that have been put in place for the daytime, yes. And this one is just for the night time.
It's a classified something. They will not say anything.
I know, it's security and everything is not said out.
Now, the advantage of what I just said is that from 6 o'clock in the night, if you are seen outside, already you are a suspect. You have isolated and identified yourself.
Remember that remember it's localized. It's not everywhere in the state.
Yes, I know the 5 local government areas that was said. So if you dare the government by coming out at that time, you already isolated yourself as a criminal. So you'll be dealt with as a criminal. That's one of the good things about it. Okay, so it is part of the thing we do. Like we say, not everything that is said in the public. But what is important is that by 6 o'clock in the evening, and before 6 o'clock in the morning, any keke seen in these areas that you mentioned is already a criminal, because you violated government's directive. You have a committed offense. So we'll handle you like that. I was talking with my son, who is an intelligence officer. He said the issue that happened in Anambra State is no longer freedom fight. It's pure criminality. And the people responsible should be dealt with like
terrorism. Yeah.
All right, we'll be looking at it one by one. Of course, we've looked at the 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. curfew imposed on Keke Okada and shuttle buses till further notice. There's this one, any community and or individual lands used as camps by terrorists will be forfeited by government. During this process of the unknown gunmen killing, and we'll have a call.
Okay, I think somebody has joined. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Very clearly.
Good morning. Go
What
ahead.
Is your name?
Your name and location.
Get that fag in ABC at wine. ABC at bo. Ngwa wana I feature lipu. Okay, and the inner reports, Malabi inner reports. Makanama mnenwelo department na state headquarters server, they in charge of this report. You don't just go and report anywhere, any police station if you got to go. The Malabi report, okay, when we can report to we low the okwesili lunti may fair quesilime.
Yeah, but back to my question, Sir Mike. Any community or individual lands used as camps by terrorists were forfeited by government. Now my question is, during this period, of course, for over weeks and months now, we've been hearing about this unknown gunmen. They have their camps in bushes. They have their camps in different places. Why I asked the earlier question is, if we are sincere in the fight of the insecurity in the state, is it that the police intelligence units of the police don't know where these camps are in the bush? Or people who see something and say something? It is still the same people who would give information to either the police or to this unknown gunman that Mr. Ali the police na what is the hope for even the people who will see something and say something?
That is the issue. We're talking about the sincerity
of the whole issue. I gave you an example of my own local government area where we know where the unknown government are camping. Okay, in near Ogwaniacha, we know. Okay, and the security office agencies know, and the government know, And now the government has given directive, clear now, if you belong to a community, if you own a land, and that land are occupied by this non-government, get them out of that place before government will strike. They say the government is now beginning to do that. But the problem there is that who are they going to strike with? The police? The army?
You don't ask such questions.
No, the issue. No. What I want to know is that there have been a situation whereby you call for the police to come, give them information, and they are not acting.
It has always been the case, and we have tried to handle that one. But
Okay.
in this case, let's not. Maybe say as if now this situation is a hopeless situation.
It's not a hopeless thing.
It is not.
It's not.
Okay, and like I said earlier, you don't expect government to tell you everything they have
doing.
in their hands.
Yes.
Concerning security.
Yes.
Man, if you go insecurity, communities, fight here, not police, not army. If the communities seen a far choroze far, and they rise up against it, that is the end of that problem.
Are we going to say now that communities are also aiding in this insecurity? Because
No.
it looks as if this thing are stories that keep happening. So if communities...
Okay, somebody has joined us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
Welcome.
morning. Quickly.
Hello?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can
good
hear
morning.
you.
What's your name?
My name is Manuka, calling from Oka.
Okay, go ahead, Maduka.
The issue there is that the whole thing has been corrupted before. Let me give you an example about the security of the there's a time that was about 2 years ago. The guy repaired my phone. And it happened that the phone, the guy that was repairing phone, he repaired another phone and the phone was stolen. The question that the person was looking for connected to the station and the guy was that the phone was they tracked the phone. And you know, the funny thing about it was the guy that was repairing my phone, after he repaired the phone, he started the SIM card to see if the phone himself was working very fine. According to him, that is normal routine. And I used my phone to repair the first time, and I was trying to call him to see if he stole the phone on my friend's phone. And it happened that the serious thing was going on, and this group was tracking the phone. And they called me, funny enough, the guy tracked my line and came to meet me. Then I was called to the station, I went and they asked me, I explained how I know the guy, and they asked me to go and show me the shop, which I did. Unfortunately, that director was not around. He went to one church program. When he came back, he caught him and everything. And the guy explained himself that the phone was very easy. He gave details and the evidence that was very important.
Okay.
You know the funny thing? After the whole issue, the guy now came to me and called me. I said, so you know that showed the to my shop. I was like, how? Who did that? He said, this man that came to him told him that gave my sister, I was the one who told him to shop him. So, the reason why I saw a camp, I saw a kind of a criminal or kidnapper, and I went to report the police station, went to reach office of the man. At the end of the day, they would take come back and tell the person that they are arrested that look at the information about you. So, the thing is that it's community of community. Okay, they don't think of because it's illegal at a police station. You will see the point someone that is something wrong. And before you came back to your house, because you are ready to pass it, the person is able to report you, that will report you.
I understand what you're saying.
This is the meeting with the government is here, it's not about, let's call it this. The government, security officials have to take them.
Thank you.
If I say something I report to you, my safety is there. My safety is there.
Maduka will have.
About how the standing of people, at the end of the day, why most of the things that are in the country, the animals, they stand there, they take back to the information. That's it. So the FCA, official of state, the Canadian answer. Well, there's not a big speak of this. I know I think
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Okay. We got you. Madoka, excuse me, Madoka, please. We're giving you enough time to explain because we got what you're saying, and that's exactly what we are handling here. You reported to a police. I said it earlier, know where you report. You reported to a police, and the police went and told them that you are the one that reported. So go to the appropriate quarters and report that police, that particular police that did this. Okay? That's what we're trying to say. Know where you go, who you report to. Because there's no way you can take away this kind of corruption among some of these institutions. But do the right thing. Know where to go and what to do so that you don't endanger your life unnecessarily. Okay, we must continue. Has anybody joined us again?
All right. Thank you for that call, Madoka. Back to what IG said. Know where to go to and who to report to. Let me ask you, Sir John, as a security expert, how do we really even know that where we are supposed to go to, those same people we're telling are the right people? Because if we're looking for why a lot of people are not talking, this is one of the situations. A lot has happened in the past where citizens go to the police. Citizens go to where they are supposed to go to, but at the end of the day, it's either they're killed or their family is pursued, and a lot goes wrong. And these days, everybody's trying to stay alive the best way they can, and nobody's talking.
Okay. Hello, somebody has joined us too.
Hello,
Yeah, hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Talk to us now. We are waiting for you. What's your name?
Yeah. I'm calling from Cuba.
You are calling from where?
Cross River.
Cross Rivers. And what is your name?
Yes. That's my Cross River.
Emeka.
Cross River.
Emeka, go ahead. You are taking a lot of time. There's volume on your TV set. Turn it down. Emeka, we can barely hear you. We may need to call back, please. We can barely hear you because we can hear ourselves in your house. So turn off the volume on your TV set and call back.
Sir John, what do we do? How do we get that solved? Because when we're promoting see something, say something, we should also, there was a time this whistleblower issue was going on in Nigeria, and there were talks that we were going to protect whoever brings such information and all of that. Can we say so much of today?
First, there's the way the military operates. Let me correct that aspect because you can't go to your division and tell the DPO that there is a terrorism issue going on. We have what is called functional line in the military. The president passed to the National Security Advisor. National Security Advisor now, with the Minister of Defense, talk, and they now tell the service chiefs that are involved. That is, if where you have the Navy, the Air, then all of them will be there. Then they will not pass the order to them. Then they will not go back to the GOCs and tell them this is what is happening. Then they will not tell the commanders and say, do this. Now, and in the military, we have two types of approach. We have the kinetic approach and the non-kinetic approach. What the military, both everywhere, has been using is non-kinetic. Because kinesis is that real force of arm coming now to say you destroy and so on. Now, for example, when you get to war, the military are somewhere and move further, they will even tell you not to move further, that these people are there. Not that they cannot overrun them. But the order has not come for them to do what? To overrun those people. And that is the discipline in the military. You don't just go and say, because my mother was killed and I'm the commander, we'll go and kill everybody. You will go in for it. There will be an order. And that's why it is said, obey the last order. Once that order comes, and so on. Now that the governor has come out, it's only God that knows whatever discussion he has had, and so on. And to see them going into this. What the community has to do is not to fight them, community cannot. These people will overrun. There's a community in Anambra State that if you are burying your mother and you go and bring the vigilante, these same people will come and overrun the vigilante, collect their gun or kill them and say you should engage them. Do you understand me? The community knew all these things. It's for you now to tell the people concerned and say, in so and so place, so and so place, we have people there staying. Yes, that is the work of the community. Then the community giving that information and giving them security report too of where and where, the location, the geographical movement of things there, what happens. And we are suspecting some people who live in that compound. They are always there drinking with those boys and so on. Then the invasion will come from the military. That is it. But not the community going and say, let us go and stop. They cannot. Then if you go and report in certain division of the police that are not involved, the man will now give him one bottle of beer, one kind of beer or whatever, or buy him food. All he does is that he will tell him that it's Ugon now that came to report you people. Oh, this is this. And he can even photocopy it and give to them, depending on what they have done. That shows the same kind of indiscipline we are talking. Because people who are doing such job are supposed to be paid heavily. And they are supposed to be on great alert. And you don't put them for too long. Just like people who work in the intelligence department who receive calls about the movement of police and so on. You don't stay there for too long. You work for 2 months, they remove you, bring on other people. So that the man that has known you people to tell you, we are going for operation so and so place, so police will not go that area. So these are the things.
All right, thank you. Before we round up, because we are completely out of time now, let's look at those of them that have joined us in our Facebook page. Queen Sochima Madu Ebunam said, thank you, sir. You are right. Someone within is always behind all this. She continued to say, you are on point, sir. You have spoken very well. And then Joshua Asama Omosimwa said he's watching from Ore in Ondo State. While Alice Celestina said, thank you so much, sir. La Pele Jaspato said, Ogabek, stop blaming church. The people have failed Nigeria. Is the church? Is it the church that will provide security for the citizen, or the government who they have failed us awfully? Whatever he means by that. And then Mike King says, sit at home is Igbo politicians and traditional rulers, whatever, who caused it by going to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu because of Nigeria's president's ambition. Okay, presidential ambition, he meant to say. Okay, these are the contributions of those of them that have joined us in our Facebook page. But now we must go, Ebele.
Yes, we must go. While we round off quickly, while you also, your parting words to the Anambra, it looks as if the citizens has lost faith in our security body. What would you be saying to the citizens? And now that the governor has come out in full force and give them, highlighted some key points to see if we can nip insecurity in the board, what would be your message to them?
My message to the Anambra is that all hope
is not lost. Yes. Let us not forget that the present government just took over and have to study, take all the environmental situations before they will come out. The governor has just come out and made an pronouncement. It is for us, citizens, to help and get this thing done. Sometime last year I was here in this studio concerning this thing, and that was when the traditional native doctors said, get us involved in this security thing. We were going to do it. Okay, and I was arguing with one traditional or one chief. I said, no, I'm a Christian. I'm a knight in the church, but nothing provide also allowing the traditional to come in and help us and do this. Let's also let them join hand if they do, because these people doing it are very diabolical. The unknown government are very diabolical. So let them jam diabolism with the diabolism.
All right, thank you, sir.
Quickly, Sir John.
Thank you, sir.
As a roundup.
Well, I want to tell our people that hope is not lost, and so on. We suffered more than this in 1968, 69, especially in the former Biafra, and so on. Now there is no hair raid, At that time, you are talking of starvation, then plane is coming to bomb and things like that. Our people should trust and obey God. God is always faithful. It will come to an end one day, so soon.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Mr. John Ifejika, a security expert. Thank you, and thank you again. And then Sir Mike Opia, State Coordinator, Coalition on Transparency, Accountability, and Good Governance. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Thank you, too.
Okay. And I'd like to thank those of you that worked with us this morning, the camera guys, the ops director, the MCR guy, the producer, Ife Unachupu, and the executive producer, Geb Obaleze, all the people that made it happen this morning. Thank you very much. I've been around with Ted Berry. We'll go now.
Yeah, thank you. It's always amazing being here. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you again. My name is Sijama. God keeping us. We'll be here tomorrow morning. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Cet album est un hommage à Umniobe.
This album is dedicated to Umniobe. Umniobe for me was a key figure in the history of Cameroon. I met him in two different ways. The first time was when I was a kid and my mother spent a year and a half in a forest, sleeping from one place to another with my grandfather and fleeing the French army who was terrorizing people who were refusing to mention where the guerrillas were hiding. And my mother grew up between Sunbog and Ngogmabupi, which are villages near Mbuyembel, which is the village of Umniobe. She told me